Okay, let's get it. What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Sean from Collector's Closet, coming at you with another review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Mattel Megablox Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain. So, this will be a movie, so get your popcorn, soda, or snacks, your wine, bourbon, or beer, sit back and relax, and we're going to jump straight into this. Now, shout out to Mattel for this one. Here we go. Front of the box, 14 plus, 3,802 pieces. Here's an image of Snake Mountain, looking pretty cool. Here are all the figures that come in the set. 24 inches long, so 2 feet long. Here's the side of the packaging. Got an image of He-Man. Snake Mountain collapsed, which I really appreciate that. That way it's easy to haul, close up for storage. Here's the back of the packaging. Snake Mountain opened up, showing the play features. Here are all the figures that come with it. We got Dragon Blaster Skeletor, Thunder Punch He-Man, Webster, Evil Lyn, Trapjaw, Ram Man, and Screech. Here's some of the little play features. I think that's what, the lion. Shows that it has some type of, no, just showing that that's the front of it, that's the back of it. Here's the little pit, He-Man falling through it. Ram Man busting through a wall. Posable snake, so the snake is posable. Articulate the jaw. And here's some cross-selling images. Got Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull. Build and share. Mega Unboxed. And Mattel. On the other side of the packaging, got an image of Skeletor, Snake Mountain. And yeah, there we go. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to get the Sergeant Slaughter Army Green knife and crack this thing open. Check the flick of the wrist. So you do got tape on the side, on both sides, so you can open up from the side, or you can tackle this thing straight from the top, which we're going to cut straight from the top. And yeah, jump straight into it. Now, I will tell you that this box is heavy. Now, check this out, man. We got to... Okay, so does this open all the way? Okay, so look. Let's cut the side because this is a presentation. Let's see. Is this flap? Now, you're checking it out with me for the first time. So, let's see how this. Do we gotta cut maybe we gotta cut the tape on the side as well. Okay, let's do it. And one more. Let's see. Looks like a presentation. Okay, so I didn't have to cut that. So let's see, man. How do you open this? Oh, there we go. All right. Okay. Oh, so check this out. Now, I know I'm not getting this. Let's see. This is cool. Check out this image. You got Skeletor's head. You got Snake Mountain. Skeletor, Evil Lyn, Webster, Trapjaw. Got Snake Mountain off in the distance, which is pretty cool. And let me remove this camera off of here so you guys can get the full 1-2 like I am. All right. So check this out. This is how it's going to come packaged. Snake Mountain. It says one Snake Mountain. Man, this book is... Okay, so here are the books. And these books are really, really thick. Check out the thickness of the books. They're pretty heavy. 1, 2. 1, 2. And you get an image of He-Man on one, Snake Mountain and Skeletor on the other. And so let's see. Now, let's see. Let me sit the camera back down. You get some images here showing off some of the play features in the set. We get that sitting down. See how I'm supposed to open this up? Did the whole box come up? Okay. So you pull the whole box out. And we're going to close it up. You get some dope artwork all over the box. Which, let's move that to the side. We're going to start with box one. Bong. All right. Man. With the light and how heavy this box is, but the experience is A1, which I expected, especially for $300. Mattel is on A game. So, box one, pull off the sleeve. Okay. So get the sleeve. We're going to file that to the side. All right. Sorry if I'm hitting the camera. Lift this box up. We're going to file that. And it's nicely packaged. Now, here we go. We got the bags. The bags are numbered. So, let's go ahead and 3, 4. My son's coughing in the background, man. He's getting over a cold. He's asleep right now, but he's probably going to wake up because Dad decided that he wants to do this at nighttime. When I get free time from work, it is pretty late, 10 o'clock at night, but I am off tomorrow. So we're going to dive in here and find bag one. I'm pulling out every bag except for one. And so far, I'm at bag 19 so far, 19 bags. Just in this side, 23, 22, 21, 27, 26, 25, 24, 11, and bag one is all the way at the bottom. So, like I said, man, we're just gonna build, and I may record the whole thing. I may do some editing. I know I say no editing allowed, but with this one, it's already gonna be long, but yeah. So bag one. All right, so we finally finished. Almost 2 weeks later, the Mattel Megablox Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain is finally complete. Now, when I say 2 weeks, it took me almost about 2 weeks. I had some time off from work, so I was spending a lot of time, as much time as I possibly could, building on this. I really don't know what it quantifies in hours I've spent building it, but I will tell you this. I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, spending about 4 hours building it. I was staying up late building it. Yeah. A lot of hours, about 4 hours a day I was spending building this set. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some things that I do like. We're going to talk about some things that I don't like. So we're going to start with the things that I don't like. Number one, the price. The price on this is a little bit too steep. We're talking $320. After taxes, you're talking $350. If you're getting it shipped to you, about $400. So the price on this is a little steep. I'm not sure if this will be sold in, your retail box stores, but if you ordering this online, be prepared to shell out about $400. The price on this is a little too steep. They gotta relax, but you know what it is, man. Inflation, etc. We living in the times where those prices have jumped. Number two, the tedious builds on this set. These pink rubber rubbery bits going throughout the set. Let's get in it a little bit closer so you can see this. So these little rubber pieces you have here, 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 all throughout the set, man, is a little bit annoying. It gets a little annoying after a while. You know, I feel that these could have been pre-built and just came in a package and you would just, slap it onto the set instead of spending time trying to build it. If you got big hands, it is annoying. It does get a little annoying trying to put these bits together and then, place it onto the set. Let me move these guys out the way. Let's see. Number 3, another thing that these are little petty gripes, and they really things that I didn't like. It's things that I didn't like to build, I will say. Here's the back side of it. The bone throne was a little annoying. Bring that close. Looks pretty cool, but there's a lot of parts and pieces that go into building that. And like I said, with big hands, that can get a little annoying. I feel that this should have came pre-built. The gates. You have this gate and this gate here, and it just fell and broke. See? Those were annoying to build. Now I gotta rebuild that. I feel that those two should have came, pre-built. We do have the table back in here, which looks pretty cool. We'll get to that. But yeah, man, certain things, all of these spikes here with small hands and trying to fit them in between each other, like for instance, like here, here, where they are pretty close together, it could get a little bit annoying. You putting one on and the other one is popping out. That could have got annoying, and it's a lot of them throughout this set. A lot of them throughout the set. Here's that. That looks pretty cool. You got the faces going on, which we'll go over that here in a second. Just want to point out some things that I did too much care for, a little petty gripes of mine. But let's go ahead and sit this here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and try to get this gate fixed, put back onto the set. So I'm giving you guys a complete review. So talk amongst yourselves. All right, so we back in. Let's see. Any more petty gripes? Other than that, man, the set was pretty cool. It was pretty fun to build. I feel that the blocks on this set, let's get this bent around. The fitment of the blocks in certain throughout the set is very, 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 very tight. I felt myself, pressing so hard to get the bricks to snap together. It can hurt the thumbs. This ain't a set. It says 14 plus. Trust me, 14 plus. Even as an adult, man, it was a little bit annoying. I did want to point something out as well. I'm going to take it to the book, to the instructions. Let me get an example. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let me just go to the part list and give you an example this way. Hopefully. So you have these bricks. Here we go. Prime example. Now throughout the build, so you have two separate purples, right? So this purple here and this purple here. Now let me go ahead and take the camera off so I can show you guys this up close. So you have that purple and this purple. Two separate purples. And in the instructions, if you're not paying attention, You see this? That's the darker purple. That's the lighter purple. And the way they differentiate it is having that white line, the white lines, edge lines on the brick to dictate that that's the lighter purple. As you can see here, we have dark or black lines to indicate that that's the darker purple. And when you're building this, and you're in a zone, and you kind of you're like in almost just in like automatic mode, you can kind of miss those little that color differences could throw you off a little bit. So keep that in mind when talking about when you put this thing together, that there are two separate purples. You got to know which ones is which when you're building it. Also, anything else that I don't like or had little petty gripes? Not much. I mean, other than that, man, it was pretty solid, pretty good build. Like I said, man, after the first box, it comes at the beginning of the video when I did the unboxing. You have two separate boxes, and they have about 25 plus bags in each box. After the first half, that first box, man, that's where a lot of this was coming into play. A lot of these small bits on the front were coming into play, and I was just over the build. It kind of got fun. Now, these color bricks here in the middle that symbolizes the lava are pretty cool bricks. Now we're going to talk about some things I like. These bricks here, the color on these things are pretty cool. That was I took some pictures. I may add it to the video right here, but I thought that was pretty cool. The detail on these things is pretty cool. The jaw on this articulates. I do like that. That's pretty cool. Got the lion's head up here. It was a fun build here. The head and the mouth can open and close. And we're just going over some play features, but these are some of the things I like. I like all of the faces that you get going throughout it. All on the side. The snake is articulated at each ball joint. So he does move around. Mouth opens up. I like that. I did enjoy this build. It came out and it looks really good, man. Once you finish with this thing, man, it looks pretty damn good. Also, certain times during the build, things seem like it's not gonna fit, or you having issues with it with the bricks snapping together, etc. It ends up coming out and working in its place. Oh, I do want to go over this. So during the build, you have this section here is one build. This is one build. This is a build, and this is a build. So when you snap them together, there's I think there's three separate. 1, 2. Okay, so there's two, and all it is, man, I wish I could show you guys this. These snap together. So this section and this section, right, snap together by two posts. And you think it's kind of difficult snapping them together because it snaps in the middle, in the cross section. Let me see if I can show this. I know I can't because I don't want to take it apart. But for instance, and that just fell off. Here's a perfect example of it. Because here it is right here. So this is how this section here, let me get it. So you have this section here. I believe this is one. Yeah. So you have this section here and the Snake Mountain section here, and they clip together. And this is how they clip together. Check this out. You see these two posts? And those two ports, that's how they snap together. So you pinch them together, and it's kind of difficult to line it up and squeeze them together. I advise doing it from the inside and snapping those together. This just snaps into here, so it's not broken. This is how you get it to close, and so we'll talk about that. But I advise let me sit this down so I can rotate this because this thing is pretty big. What I advise is, like, this section here is separate than this section. You clip them together like I just showed you. But I advise when you're doing it, grab on the back side in between where you can get it and pinch them together to squeeze those and put them parts together. Like I said, this set, the bricks are very tough, man. The fitting of them are very tight. So, yeah. But, all right. Things I like. This is pretty dope. This is pretty cool. I thought this was really, really cool. Look at the detail on the face of this skull here. It is on the ball joint, so you can articulate that. But nice attention to detail, right? We'll go over the figures that it comes with. The bone throne is pretty cool. I hate the build of it. It's not... I mean, this thing will fall apart, man, if you try to play with this, man. With this bone throne. I mean, you can sit Skeletor in it or whatnot, but, like, trying to mess with it, leave it exactly where it is. Here's one of the staffs. Pretty cool. This bird is a separate, I guess you could consider it a figure or whatever. Got the lion head. We went over the motion of that. The gates do swing open. You got a little knob here, which opens up to a little sail. You got the table. That's the table here. And it is pegged in. That was kind of difficult to get it in there and pegged in. So, but there it is. Looks really good. Here's the backside of the lava. You got the faces up in here, which is pretty cool. You have that little layer here. Oh, it does have a ladder, which I think it has it sitting here. Yeah, I think it sits here. It's just like that. And when you store it away, you just lean it up in here. That's how it stores away if you want to close this up, because this does close up. Let's see. Have this gate up here. We'll talk about that when we get to the front side. But there's a lot of playroom inside of this where you can sit your figures at. Different levels. Delver in here. Here. This kind of looks like a face. But this is really, really cool, man. Here's that, this is to articulate the jaw on the front, which we'll talk about that once I turn that around. So let's go ahead and sit this down and talk about, spin this around. Let's get that leaned up. Spin this around. Two feet long. So you're going to need some space for it. All right. Pick this back up. Snake head is pretty cool. Like I said, man, you get that articulation. The jaw articulates, opens and closes. And it articulates up and down however you see fit. This gate does open. Now you do have a face that you build on the front of the gate. Here, if you stand a figure on top of here, you pull this here, and that gate closes or opens, and the figure falls down in there. So that's pretty cool. So you just lift it back up, slide that in there, like so. You just pull it, fucking bomb. Sort of like the play set. Now, Super 7 did come out with a play set. That thing was about $700. This here is $300. I mean, hey. And like I said, that little red thing in the back articulates the jaw on this. Here's the bridge here, which does collapse. This collapses when you want to close this up and move it around. But it just ports up on here like so. Put the string back in there like that. And you got all of this space, man. Steps leading all up and around to the top of Snake Mountain. And this little area, get the little face here. I thought that was pretty cool. They could lead up around more steps, climbing up, getting to the bridge. You have the cuffs here. That's another thing, man, that's kind of that I didn't like. So these chains for the cuffs here are like rubber, just like this is. It's like this soft rubber. And you have to like loop. The hole is so tiny. You have to loop the little cuffs. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get Skeletor because he's the one that has it. And that was kind of an annoying build. You see that cuff? It's so small. And the chain, that hole is so tiny, man. That's what I mean by tedious little builds like that. I feel that they should have just had that, pre-built for you. That way you didn't have to spend time or struggle with those small parts. Now, I think there is some other play features that I may be missing. Let's see. Got the faces. We went over the faces. We went over how to store the, store the ladder. Let me go ahead and sit this back down. Sorry about that. Talked about the bridge for storage. Now, when you do close this up, this piece here will lock the piece. When you collapse it, this locks it together. Just this piece here, which I'll show you. Let me show you in the instructions. So that piece, when you collapse it, will go right there and it'll lock it together. So I thought that was pretty neat and pretty cool of them to do. Some other little features. Okay. So you have this wall that's built and just put into place. Let's see if I can show you this. Zoom out a little bit. So this here wall is just stuffed in there. And you have these here that if you push on it, if I push on it, it'll push this wall out. Almost like somebody broke in and busted this wall out. It didn't pump out all the way. But there it is. And you just shove it right back in that little slot, like so. And it's held in there by friction, so I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. We talked about the articulation of the jaw. Like I said, that red piece in here is what you use to move it up and down. Let me zoom back out for you. So, like I said, that red piece in the back articulates that jaw. Talked about the collapsing part that'll send the figure up here at the top. Where you remove that, they fall down. But yeah, I mean, you get a lot of playability out of it. You can pose your figures. Now, that's what we're going to talk about now. Is another thing that I did like is the figures, man. Now, I thought they did an excellent job when it comes to the figures. Sorry for the light. Let's get a little bit more. Now I'm trying to use my lights in, the sun that from outside, and I'm not at my normal station. But give me a second. Let me get a little bit more light. Talk amongst yourself. All right, so we back at it. Now, like I said, man, another thing that I did like is the figures that come with it. They articulate pretty damn good, man, for how small they are. There's a lot of detail and paint. No complaints. They've been at the knees, the elbows, ball joints. They swivel at the elbow. The hands rotate. They can hold the weapons. You get nice detail. Check out the face, man. Can I get this to focus? Focus. Focus. There we go. Look at the face detail. Look at the detail on this. Yet, the Marvel Legends Spider-Ham that come in that so-called 2-pack has no articulation. The Howard the Duck figure has no articulation. Their heads are on the ball joint, so you get nice fluid rotation out of that. Arms, ball joint, up and down. They're at a ball joint at the waist, so check out. They rotate, so they're not on the ball. It's just a peg, so they do rotate there. They bend at the knees, forward and back on the at the leg. These things articulate pretty damn good. So there's Webster. These articulate. He has the blaster. Look at the face. And the paint application is done very well. He has like a grapple on his back that has the tie, etc. already on it. Thought that was pretty cool. Same articulation. We went over these at the beginning. Trap jaw. I really like trap jaw. Check out the detail, the paint on the face. I love that color, that pink color. He has the blaster arm, and you can swap these out for his other pieces, which I thought is pretty cool. Let's get him standing back on his little display stand. Skeletor. Look at the head sculpt on that, man. Talking about the level of detail. The paint. The eyes are done pretty good. The red for the eyes are done really good. Even the little dragon on his back. This translucent blue plastic piece is pretty cool. His head articulates on the ball joint. He has the sword. Same articulation as the others. Her head sculpt, Evelyn. Not a fan of her head sculpt. I mean, or the paint application. Looks like this eye is messed up a little bit or off to the side. Not too big of a deal. Same articulation. The paint application is done very well. The sculpt of her outfit is done pretty damn good. She has a peg hole in the back. I wonder what for. I didn't see any other weapons, but she does have a peg hole in the back. And I don't think none of the other ones do. And He-Man, which I really like his sword, translucent yellow plastic. Same articulation. Has the shield. Paint is applied pretty well. The head sculpt is done pretty good. The paint application on the chest is done very well. The boots. The trunks. Here's the back. So the paint applications are done very well on these figures. Like I said, man, you get a lot of playability. You can have them crossing, you know. If I was to take them off the little stands, but you know, you can set them up however you see fit. He-Man coming up across the bridge, trying to get to the top. Let's go back out. Zoom back out. It's not, my camera's acting up now. But yeah, you get a lot of playability out of it. You can sit these guys throughout the play set how you see fit. But I think it's a pretty good set. Okay, yeah, so my camera was acting up, but we back at it. Now, like I said, man, this is a pretty cool set. $330 for a 3,800 piece set. Price is a little steep, but when you look at the competition, man, that's about what you will pay for the brick count. Do I recommend it? For sure. If you're into the Masters of the Universe, I think it's a definite buy. It's a tedious build, but it is pretty fun. But yeah, this is your look at the Mattel Megablox Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. You guys know my saying. It's your boy Sean, and I'm out. 1.